What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I got a question for you. Are you sick of missing tap-ins? What is a tap-in? This is gonna be different for a lot of people. For me, a tap-in is probably about 15 feet in. Those are the ones that you should never miss. I'm gonna go over the number one thing I see, even on the tour, that I wouldn't recommend as far as tapping it in. I feel like there is a certain way you should tap into the basket. Paul, I'm here to tell you that today's video is sponsored by Vessie. Some of my favorite features that Vessie gives you is they are waterproof, not water resistant, waterproof. Big difference there, keep your foot completely dry. Of course, when you find a shoe, you want comfort. That's exactly what Vessie gives you. It's the most comfortable shoe that I've ever played in. When we're playing on the tour, we're playing a lot of rounds. We're covering a lot of ground. So you need to make sure that you have a comfortable shoe, and that's exactly what Vessie gives you. So you have comfort, they're also waterproof, but the most important part about having a great shoe on tour is the grip. These work well on concrete, turf, fairway, bad situations. Best grip that I've ever had as far as a shoe goes. I started wearing Vessie Stormburst this year. I absolutely fell in love with them. You can get them in the high top, the low top. Like I said already, that the grip is fantastic and they look pretty cool too. The number one thing I see that people do that is, in my mind, horrible is this move right here. The straight up, lift, open. Logically, you might think, okay, I'm painting the pole, as they say. That gives me the opportunity not to miss left and right. Sure, but it doesn't take out low and high. So let me explain why I think this is bad. If logically I have this motion, when my putt comes upward, it's probably, if you're doing it correctly, gonna be nose down. Now, if there is a headwind, we got big problems. Because as my putter's coming up, headwind's gonna push, lift, push it up. If there's a headwind, nose down, it's gonna shoot me down into the cage. If there's a tailwind, I have to aim high because it's going to drop me. So, this is how most people are taught to tap it into the basket. Another thing I don't like about this is the nose is up, it's going in flat, has the opportunity to do that. I'm not a big fan. A lot of action going on. When tapping in, I think there are two things to focus on. One, it should be dying in. It shouldn't have enough inertia to come up into the bucket and push out. It should be dropping. That's really hard to do by doing this move, because now I have to have a lot of touch to be able to just kind of toss it in. And when wind gets involved, that's when this becomes very difficult. My answer for this and my solution for the tap-in is really simple. If I bring it into my chest, I draw a string from the basket to wherever my hand is, and I stay on that string, and I push from here to there. Very simple motion, very slow, and then release. What happens is, if I do this correctly, it will drop, and it also won't be coming up into the change. So we want it to drop, we don't want it coming up ever. I don't ever want my putt inside 15 feet to be on a trajectory of low to high. Now, a lot of people are gonna think, okay, I need to spin it towards the basket. That's not necessarily what I'm doing. When I'm tapping in, I'm actually pushing it towards the target. So I'm not trying to be aggressive. I'm trying to push a weight that way. Like when you're pushing somebody, there's a little give and then you push. I want to feel that as I'm coming forward. I want to feel where the weight starts and then I want to grab that weight and I want to push it. I don't want to spin it. I don't want a high velocity, high action move. I want it to be very subtle and smooth. The slower you go with tap-ins, the better it's going to be. So typically when I see people do this move, it is quick, stop at my point, get the velocity, because you can't really use a rounded motion unless you twist in, which I wouldn't recommend. And because of that, it is a short, really, really quick move. With this, we can really slow down and push towards the target. Watch how slow my arm moves when I tap these in. The first two will be the way that I tap in, and then the second two is the thing that I see people do that I just wouldn't recommend. Here, chest, straight in. Here, chest, straight in. As they come in, they should be dying. Those were a little too hard. If I'm in a tournament, this is what it would look like. Because I have nose up, but it's floating downward, what happens is when it hits the chains, it's going down and give it up. If my nose is down, then that has the chance to happen. Popping it in, pushing it out, dropping out. Lifting upward, I have to have touch. Here, all I have to do is extend my arm, open my hand, high to low. See how fast I had to really pop that? Now they went in, but when it gets windy or you get under pressure, that becomes a harder movement to repeat over and over again. So in disc golf, we want to keep it smooth. And that's why I suggest putting it here and pushing it into the target at a slower pace, high to low. Instead of up and then down. Hope you guys like this episode of Down the Fairway. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you down the fairway.